Hey guys, Dirk here from Chef Zero to Hero. Hope everyone is having a great day. Okay, so for today I'm going to be making one of my favorite dishes for seafood lovers out there. And if you're like me, I love my seafood. So you're probably going to see a lot of seafood dishes on this channel, just FYI. But look, this one is very quick, very easy to make, and yeah, just tastes absolutely delicious. So what I'm going to be making is a salmon fillet with a Mornay sauce on top, and it's going to be sitting on a beautiful lemon vinaigrette salad. So those are the three components. Takes about 20 minutes to put together. It's great for lunch, it presents really well, and like I said, most importantly, tastes amazing. Alright, so let's get started. Okay guys, so to make this particular recipe, you're going to need the following set of ingredients that I have laid out here. I know it looks like a lot, but it's really not. Once you've done the prep work, everything comes together pretty quickly. But I will put full details of the ingredients in the description for this video for you guys as well. But essentially what we need is obviously first the beautiful salmon fillet. Make sure that it's nice and fresh from your local market, because this is the hero of the dish, so you want that to really stand out. Apart from that, you're going to need spinach leaves, fish stock, flour, milk, cooking cream, cherry tomatoes, some butter, spring onion, a touch of English mustard, olives, a little bit of white wine, red onion, and finally olive oil, salt and pepper. And that's it. Those are all the ingredients we need to make this dish. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is get started on our Mornay sauce. This element of the dish takes the longest to cook, so we want to start that straight away. So the first thing we're going to do is take our 1 cup of fish stock, and then we're going to add about 1 cup of the white wine, and anything that's left over we can always drink afterwards. So we're going to add that to the fish stock as well, and then we're going to bring this to a medium to high heat, and we're going to bring this to the boil and then just let it reduce by about a quarter, and then this is going to go into another element of the sauce, but for the moment that's all we need to do. Okay, so all I've done is move the small saucepan with the fish stock and white wine to a different burner, and in a medium saucepan we're going to get started on the other part of the sauce. So I've just put 4 cubes of butter on a very low heat into the medium saucepan. Now I'm just adding the spring onions. Now it's very important that you keep this on a very low heat because we do not want the butter to burn. All we want is for the spring onions to saute. So this will take about a minute. Just let it really kind of settle in. You'll start to see it sizzle, and then we'll add the other components for the second part of the sauce. Okay guys, so this has been 1 minute on the low heat, and the spring onions are nicely sauteed in the butter. And just take a look at that. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want. We want to make sure that the butter is not burning That's why it's very important to keep this on a low heat. So I'm just going to keep stirring this through nicely for a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, so the next step that we're going to do is add our flour. That's about a 1/4 cup of flour. Now this is going to thicken up very quickly. So once you add the flour in, you've just got to keep this stirring, probably for about another minute. You need to mix this in really well into the spring onions and into the butter, and then we're going to add our milk after this. But it will become kind of like a doughy sort of texture, which is what we're looking for. So just scrape this all from the bottom and take a look at that. That's what we want right there. Alright, so now once that's nicely mixed in, all we're going to do now is add our milk. So about 1 cup worth of milk is all we need. And just keep this on a very low heat and stir this through until it's nicely mixed in. Okay, so now once that's been sitting for about a minute on a low heat, the next step that we're going to do is we're going to add our cooking cream. So about a cup's worth of good quality heavy cooking cream. And we're just going to add that, keep it on a low heat, and give this a stir through till it's nicely mixed in. Okay, so at this point we are going to be using a whisk because the sauce is really going to start to thicken up from this point onwards. So we want to make sure that we've got a nice smooth consistency with the sauce. So we're just going to put this onto a medium heat and then whisk this through for about 2 minutes. Okay, so all we're going to do now is add our fish stock and white wine reduction that we made earlier to the sauce and just keep this stirring for about another 2.5 minutes. Okay, so the sauce is coming together really nicely. And all I'm going to do now is just add our English mustard and give that a nice mix through. Just 2 tablespoons, and the mustard gives the sauce a really nice bite. And it just, tastes absolutely amazing. So just stir that through for about another 2 minutes. Okay, so once the mustard is nicely mixed into the sauce, all we're going to do now is add some fresh salt and pepper for seasoning, and then give this another stir through for about a minute. Okay, so the sauce looks and tastes absolutely incredible. All we're going to do now is add the rest of the butter. Now this is very important because it's going to give the sauce this really glossy finish, which is exactly what we want. And it also just gives a real deep, rich flavor to the sauce. So we're just going to stir this through for, again, about another minute, until it's nicely mixed in, and then we are good to go. Okay, so that is looking so good, and all I'm going to do now is just give this a quick taste, and wow, okay, that's just incredible. I wish you guys could taste this. I could eat this sauce just on its own. We're just going to keep this to the side now, and we're going to get started on the salad and the salmon fillet. Okay, so to make the salad, you're going to need the following ingredients that I've got laid out here. So basically just spinach leaves, cherry tomatoes, the olives, red onion, feta cheese that we're going to grate into the salad. And for the vinaigrette, it's just lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper. Now all you have to do is just combine all of these ingredients into a bowl. It's very simple, very easy, and extremely healthy. And it's just a nice light salad that's going to go perfectly with our salmon. And that's it. Okay guys, so the next step is I'm going to show you how to prep the salmon fillet for cooking. So all I've done here is taken our beautiful salmon fillet, and with a very sharp knife I've just scored the skin. So about half an inch into the fillet, as you can see. Now this is important for two reasons. One, it allows the salmon fillet to cook evenly. If you don't do this, it tends to tighten up, which is not what we want. And also you can add your seasoning right into those cuts into the salmon fillet. Now for seasoning, all I've done is glaze this with olive oil, and I've added salt, pepper, some basil and some tarragon. Just make sure that's nicely covered, and once you've done that, we're ready to actually put this in the pan and get it cooking. Okay guys, so when it comes to cooking the actual salmon fillet, this is a very easy process. So all you have to do is, in a large fry pan, get this onto a medium to high heat, with some olive oil. And once the pan is just starting to smoke, we're going to take our beautiful salmon fillet, skin side down, and place it into the pan. Now that sizzle is what you want to hear, because that's going to make sure that the pan is nice and hot to cook our fillet. Now we're going to cook this for about 3.5 minutes on the skin side. The majority of the cooking is done on the skin side, and the great thing about salmon is you can actually see it like changing color. After about 3.5 minutes, and just keep checking it, but the skin should then be really crispy, and then we're going to just turn it over and cook it for about another 1.5 minutes on the flesh side as well. And that's it. That's all we need to do. Okay, so this has been sitting on the skin side down for about 3.5 minutes, and I'm just going to turn this over, and wow, have a look at that. Perfect. The skin is beautiful, golden brown, and just really crispy. I wish you guys could actually smell this, because just that flavour of the basil and the tarragon is just coming through really nicely. So all we're going to do now is keep this on the flesh side for about 1.5 minutes, and then that's it. As you can see the colour of the salmon starting to change, like get cooked through. So just keep an eye on that, and after, like I said, about 1.5 minutes, that should be perfectly done, and then we will be ready to plate up. Okay guys, so when it comes to plating up, all I've done here is put our salad as the base and then placed the beautiful salmon fillet on top of that, and then taken our delicious Mornay sauce and just drizzle that over the top of the salmon fillet. And that's it. Look, when it comes to plating, you guys can do whatever works best for you, but I think this is very simple and it looks amazing. Just going to clean up the edges here of the plate. And I mean, look at that. Beautiful. Definitely will impress family and friends. So look, that's the entire dish. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. And I will have a new recipe for you guys very shortly.